Welcome back, everyone. I know this one is a little later than intended, but we are here now. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do some shoulder circles to warm up. I really want you to try to articulate in these 4 directions as you start the shoulder circles. After that feels good, then go ahead and start to smooth it out. So let's go ahead here. We'll do about 10 backwards. Make sure to keep the elbows locked out, arms straight. Let's go forward. Same thing. You really want to isolate the shoulder, scapula. So it is important to keep those arms as straight as possible. Again, articulate in those 4 directions and then smooth it out. Let's go again backward. And let's come back forward again. Let's do one more set. Go reverse. And coming forward again. It's really nice just to articulate in the shoulders, really get the scapula warmed up. We're upside down so much in Capoeira that doing this daily is a really good thing. Let's continue to activate our shoulders. What I'm showing right here is just a lateral raise. You can go a little lower or you can come all the way up. So let's go for it here, all the way up if it feels good. Have the insides or the tops of your hands touch each other. And the palms just come back down towards your legs. Let's go ahead and warm up the neck. We're going to start some twisting. This will be a part of what we're doing today as we focus in on some of the kicks, queixada and armada. Don't whip this too hard. Let's go to the other side. Just warming up the neck muscles. Again, don't give yourself like any whiplash or anything like that. It's not a super sharp movement, but it is intentional. We're going to do the same thing now. We're going to add in a twist. What I want you to try to imagine and try to do is that the eyes are going to lead, head, and then the shoulders come after that. It's really important to be able to use spirals with the body, creating a lot of energy and a lot of torque in the kicks that are to come. Let's incorporate the arms in this as well. And the other side. Let's warm up the hips slightly with some hip rotations. Make sure to go both directions, doing about 10 or so in each direction. Okay, let's continue with a straddle stance. With one foot, go ahead and turn the toe completely outwards and squat directly down, and then what we're going to do is just try to lunge towards that knee. We'll open up the foot, toes pointing directly lateral, squat down, lunge towards that open foot. Try to keep the edge of the foot and toes that are still pointing forward all the way on the ground. Both knees are bent here. If you're straightening out the knee of the leg that is being extended, it's not correct. Hold for about 5 seconds on the last pulse. And come back up. Let's go ahead and do another set. Squat down. Get a nice hold. Come back up. Squat down. And lunge to the side. So this one will be a little bit of a different variation. This time we'll turn the torso also, and your chest towards the knee that you're lunging towards. Again, hold. Let's go for the other side. Down. Torso and chest towards the knee that you are lunging towards. Remember to try to really keep the foot, full foot, the edge of the foot of the extended leg down on the ground. Let's do this again, another set. Do a few pulses, around 5 or so, and then on the last one, go ahead and hold. And the other side. See if you can get a little bit deeper in these last two. All right. Let's continue our warm-up and activation of our muscles with some leg swings forward. If you need something to hold on to, then go ahead and grab a chair. Otherwise, try to touch the leg that is being lifted with the opposite hand. just for some kinesthetic feedback. We'll go on both sides. And let's go laterally. Again, touching the hand just to get kinesthetic awareness of where your leg is in space. And let's go the other side. One more set on this side. Again, if you need to grab something for balance, go ahead and go for it. Let's go back to the front leg swing. This time I'm articulating with the toes pulled back as opposed to the toes being pointed in the first two. Again, if balance is an issue on any of these leg swings, they don't need to go very high, and you can also grab something for balance. Let's review our Ginga position just for a moment. Right leg is going to be back. A nice solid lunge position. We take a step to the line and then Ginga to the other side. And let's go ahead and begin doing Ginga. Rest for a moment, and then let's go one more round, just warming up in Ginga. I'm doing this just a little slow and definitely basic. As you continue in your journey of Capoeira, the Ginga becomes something that's really dynamic. It takes on your personality, it takes on your feelings, it takes on the music. Always working on Ginga throughout your whole time in Capoeira. So let's take another basic step. We'll go into this basic step. It's called Entrada. So I'm just demonstrating. This is one of my favorite movements in Capoeira. It's so simple but really elegant. And in some other video, I will talk about that. For now, not necessarily doing a technique video. We're using this for conditioning, but just see if you can not invest too much weight as the foot comes forward. Still keep the majority of the weight back as I'm demonstrating a little differently here on this side. I've already started to shift my weight a little forward. So let's do the entrada, not just on the same side. We'll put a ginga in between. So we'll do ginga, one side, entrada. Try to emulate the action and movement in the arms as well too. There's different uses and purposes of the arms as you continue on and get ready to do different things and set up different escapes and kicks and movements. But this is just a simple basic one. Let's go for another one. These simple movements that we're doing today are really good conditioning movements for you to just get into your body, learn some basic fundamental positions and movements, and really create nice strong legs, really nice strong core, really nice strong awareness of your body. So now we're going to go into setting up for our queixada. We come into our entrada, and then we're going to bring the leg that's in the back forward. We're going to twist the body. Notice the placement of the toes that are coming up from the back leg. Really trying to twist and have my hips face forward, facing the quote-unquote target of the person that I'm playing. Let's go to the other side. Same thing, set it up. Let the arms lead and pull you forward. Ideally, you want to keep your gaze forward as you do the movement, but feel free to establish yourself, find balance, explore the movement here. Demonstrating from the side. Take note of the arm placement as we set this up. Goes to the other side. Just getting the coordination. There's a balance component here, a really big balance component. We're shifting weight. So this time, let's go ahead, step into the entrance for the queixada, lift the leg, goes all the way to the back. The height of this does not matter at this point. What I want you to try to feel through this movement is seeing if you can stay rooted and balanced the full way through. If you notice, I've already established a strong base as I bring the leg up and down. Let's go to the other side. In this variation, there's no hopping, there's no jumping. Just want to establish and find what a really strong, solid queixada is. Landing, hanging out just for a moment, just to make sure that I establish that base, and then continuing with Jenga to set myself up before the next one. As you can see, in the Jenga, this can start to move you forward, so occasionally in your Jenga you may have to continue your Jenga, but just move back. Doing another set. When you're doing this, see if you can pull the toes back, really have a nice flexed ankle, energy all the way through the leg, seeing if you can keep the leg relatively straight. You really don't want to use a lot of energy in this variation of this queixada. Really just here to establish, learn what this movement feels like, and also conditioning the hip flexor for this movement pattern. As it starts to get a little bit more comfortable, you can take out more of the pause and just try to make this one smooth movement. But don't be in a rush to do that. Again, use this to establish a base, use this for conditioning. You may be getting a little fatigued. That's a good thing. If you are, after we're done here, go ahead and take a break. Grab some water and we'll continue. So now we're going to start to set up for another kick, which is called Ahmada. We're going to set this one up slowly. Notice that we still pass through the initial movement of the Entrada here, and then we twist. Letting the head and the eyes lead. And just from our warm-up, it goes from head, shoulders, arms, down, continuing that spiral into the twist of the hips, loading up the legs with lots of potential energy to be able to execute a nice, solid, strong kick. So step into your entrada, look around, find the person that you want to kick. Doing this in ginga to each side. We're finding balance here as well too. The Ahmada is an arch nemesis for many capoeiristas, especially as you begin your journey in capoeira. To do it this slow really gives you the ability to start to develop and refine that balance. And will serve you as a really nice foundation and solid base as you start to accelerate and do different variations, different fakes in the future.
Vamos pedir o axé. Vamos pedir o axé. Vamos pedir o axé. Roda começar. De conforme os fundamentos.
Let's do one more set. If it's starting to feel a little good for you, go ahead and accelerate the twist. Don't pause so much in between each segment. As you do that, you may find that momentum starts to enter in, just like that, and it's going to shift the balance and the awareness of the movement. And that's a good thing. You're going to want to learn how to navigate that space as well too. Really focus on trying to get the eyes around first. Alright, good job. Check it out. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a lift of the leg in the entrance for this Ahmada to create the full Ahmada. So we go into our entrada, twist, lift the leg, and lower it down. Where is this coming from? It's coming from just our basic queixada. Really similar place, just from the twist, but everything just like the queixada is the same. So again here, as we do these, try to just lift the leg, not going for height necessarily, just learning what it feels like, establishing the base, and of course conditioning. Notice the weight shifts from the back to the front to help execute this armada. This is where a lot of people get thrown off, is in that weight shift, finding the right amount of balance. It's also honestly a place where a lot of knee injuries occur, not to scare you. But you do want to be mindful of the surfaces that you're playing on, the amount of rotation that you can get from different surfaces or cannot get from different surfaces. But here again, and it's basic. Just trying to see what it's like to keep this balance. The deeper you can get into the twist, the better it's going to be for your armada, for your knees, for your body, for everything. Okay, so let's do the Ahmada just with our ginga. And we'll ginga to the other side and Ahmada. As it feels better, you can start to accelerate your kick. It's not the purpose today. I have some techniques on helping you build speed, and that will be another video, of course. Again, today building coordination, just seeing what this feels like. Ginga, Ahmada to each side. Do about 10. Some key points, really try to see if you can get the head around first. And how's the head being led around? It's by the eyes. You really want to get your head around so that you can see the person that you're playing. Because at some point, maybe you're not going to do the actual Ahmada. Maybe they're doing something, setting up Straddle, which is a takedown. That was a nice session. I know your legs are probably really tired. So let's go ahead and stretch. This is still going to be work. It's a loaded progressive stretch. Just a little bit of a variation of a diagonal stretch. And what you're going to do is just go back into your ginga position, nice long lunge. I want you to try to push the hip of the back leg, forward. And on that same side, just open up, reaching backwards. I'm just trying to bring that hip forward as much as possible. And let's go for the other side. It's just a nice way to line up into this ginga position, toes directly behind the heel of the front foot. And I'm opening up and also adding a little bit of a twist just to get a really nice long line all the way from the tips of my fingers all the way back to the extended leg and the toes in the back. just give you a different perspective. Let's do it again. You can add pulses to these, but for today we're just doing a nice long hold. If this puts a little bit of pressure on the back knee, you can also shorten the stance that you have or try to extend it. Experiment, see what works for your body. A lot of weight shouldn't really be invested in the back knee, and if you do feel it, then go ahead and try to just lunge a little bit more forward with the leg that's in front. Thank you for joining me today, going over Entrada, Quesada, and the Ahmada. I'll see you soon. Happy training. Ashe. Contramestre Grilo.